select. Oh, man. Dude, I did it again, bro. I didn't add my freaking intro into the beginning of the podcast. I did this yesterday or the day before. I'm Friday. I'm goofy, man. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, I just fixed it. So obviously the intro is not going to play right now, but we'll just pretend that it did, right? So welcome back, everybody, to a live Pen to Gas podcast. And it is an absolute honor again to sit down with my mate, Jake the Snake Marsh. Bro, what is up?
What's up, mate? How have you been?
Busy, bro. Flat out, wide open as always. How you been?
Yeah, I've been good, cracking on, you know.
I do. I love it. Listen, Jake, me and you've got a lot to talk about. It's been, man, what, like almost a year since me and you sat down? It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a very long time since I've jumped on the podcast. Yeah, it's been a bit quiet, isn't it, really?
It has. It really has, man. But it's good to see your face, my friend. Always good to see you, Jake. But let's just start it off, man. Last time I had you on, you was getting off the Triumph and getting on that CBR 1000 R, all that good stuff that goes in between, right? So, and you went from BSB to Bemsee, which is an absolute proper mega race series. I wish I could watch it on TV, but unfortunately, they don't televise it. But I have been watching. Real quick is Gray Fam's new documentary he just put out. It's like 2.5 hours long, called Full Throttle, bro. I'm like, I got like a little bit over an hour left, dude. When we get done, Jake, you need to everybody listening right now that's going to listen to this needs to go to YouTube, Gray Fam, Full Throttle. You're welcome. Anyway, Jake, coming off the Triumph 675, 765, and then jumping on, dude, the CBR 1000 RR, man. Tell us about that experience.
Mate, well, obviously, I think when we last spoke, I might have just ridden it, or I was just about to ride it, I think. I tell you what, mate, absolute weapon, that bike. It was unreal. It was so fast down them straights. You're like holding on and you're like, oh my God, when are we going? When are we stopping? And then you're like, you just come up to the corner so fast. It's unreal. And I don't know. There's just so much electronics on them CBRs as well. It was so hard to get my head round. All the wheel spin control, all the anti-wheelie and everything. Because obviously jumping off the Triumph, we had no electronics. All we could change is engine braking. And then on this Honda HRC settings tool, it's like all ones and zeros, and you're like, what am I looking at? And it's just crazy, honestly. But the amount of things you could do with it, it was just insane. It just blew my mind. But the bike was just so fast.
Oh, I guarantee it, right? And that, to me, that would be probably, not jumping from the 600 to the 1000. Of course, the power is going to be more, obviously, and the corners are going to be shorter because you're going faster, right? But it's the electronic side of things, right? Like you said, I come from a bike with 1 through maybe 4 settings of engine brake. I can change on the fly to anti-wheelie, traction control, probably slide control, and all this other controls that they have on these machines right now, right? And getting around my headspace around. What's up, Buttercup?
With my friend JJ and Hayden.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I can't take you right this second.
Can't take me, but can you pay for me?
Can I pay for you?
Like, pay for me to go play with Skyzer with my friends.
Oh, my goodness. Everybody, should I pay for him to go to Sky Zone?
Yes, you very much should.
I'm going to leave it up to them to vote. If they vote no, then no.
I don't ask for much.
He said, I don't. Yes, Rossi, I got you.
You're so nice.
He's putting on a show for you guys. You know that, right?
I've been dying lately.
Thank you.
Send money to my Venmo to help.
Send Venmo. Ain't nobody sending you money to Venmo. Anyway, we're getting back to the podcast. I love you. You goofy. What? What? There you go. What is that? A Big Mac? You look like a Big Mac.
Burger. No, actually, I'm taking mine.
Anyway, Jake. Yeah, I guess I'm going to taking my son to Sky Zone after this. Anyway, I was saying the whole electronic side of things. That's coming from something that doesn't have any to something that has overwhelming amount of electronics and everything you can change in between had to be the most challenging aspect of it for you. And was saying that too, Jake, is jumping on that 1000 again, everything comes up quicker. So your turn-in points change, your braking markers change, your riding style changes too as well, because you got to ride that bike in a different way than the 600.
Yeah, I mean, everything changed, as you said. It's like I struggled so much. I think my first weekend was I think I did a trip in Spain in December and a trip in Spain in February, and then I went straight into the first round. And coming back to Brands Hatch after riding around there on a Triumph is like you're flying down into Paddock Hill, you're just chucking the bike in and it's just on the throttle. I went into Paddock Hill, mate, and it's like down in and on the 1000, and I'm dragging it in. I'm like, oh my God, this thing's so heavy. And then you're coming up to Druids, and I'm like braking, and I tip in like where I usually do on the Triumph, and I'm just running wide and wide and wide. I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, I'm braking, I'm turning how I usually do, but it ain't working. But thankfully, I had some help from a guy called Jordan that runs road race rider coaching. And he basically helped me throughout the year, and he put a camera on my bike and stuff to just record data and record my lines and stuff. And he just explained that I needed to brake harder before I went into the corner, because coming off the 600s, you try and brake as least as you can because you need to carry that corner speed. But on the 1000s, it's just like you go into a corner, you brake, but you aim for the apex when you're braking, and you just point it out and you just fire it off. But I just couldn't get it round in my head because I was just so used to just dragging the bike around the corner and just powering it out. Mate, it was just so confusing to ride it. But after a while, I managed to get the hang of it a bit. And then it all kind of came naturally. I was still, when I was coming to tracks that I hadn't done yet on the 1000, I was still struggling a bit with getting the braking points right and how hard I needed to brake and where I need to put the throttle on. It was a confusing year, but I did all right learning it overall.
It's like it's almost like kind of getting rid of bad habits on a 600 when you jump on a 1000, right? It's like you said, turning's different, braking different. The 1000's a square and shoot bike, right? Like you said, you deep brake to the apex and then stand it up, square it off, and just let it eat, coming out the corner, and hopefully you got your electronics or somebody knows what they're doing, got that right, so it don't fricking pitch you to the moon or whatever the case is. It's so now you got this beautiful machine, man, with all these electronics. Did you mess with them a whole lot, or did you start off with just like, look, let's just keep everything in the middle? Like, how did you approach that?
Well, it took us a few rounds to get it set up where it needed to be. We just kept trying things and changing things, and sometimes it wasn't working, sometimes it was, and I managed to find a base point where I was quite happy with it, really. But every time you change the length of the shock, everything, you've got to change it all to adjust to that, and it's just quite hard because there's so many settings. There's an unreal amount of settings you can change in it. But once I got a base setting, it was perfect. Like, honestly, the power, the slide, like, you just wouldn't think that you could just chuck the throttle on in a corner, being leant over, and it just slides and it just holds it.
We got a visitor. What's up?
I've got a drink. I've got a drink. Okay, thank you.
How long are you going to go?
I don't know.
All right.
That's just my girlfriend, Daisy.
Hi, Daisy. Yeah, I mean, again, it's a lot to wrap your head around, especially coming off of of a smaller bike, and now you're jumping on this machine that has just it's like all the gadgets you ever dreamed of having. Now they're at your dispense, and you're like, I don't even know where to begin with this. Like this is absolutely insane. But yeah, I mean, listen, overall, again, I'm proud of your season in 2025 with all the exceptions of having a new format with all the added electronics. Did having all those electronics add any extra pressure on yourself personally? Well, was there always something in the back of your mind saying, you know, like if we could sort this out, I already know I could be, you know, in this ballpark?
Yeah, there was definitely a lot of moments where I felt a bit of pressure with the electronics. Just more the fact where sometimes I felt like it was holding me back. It's hard to explain, but because obviously I didn't know exactly all the ones and zeros on the settings, because it was just a line of ones, a line of twos, a line of threes. It's like you don't even know what you want to do to that. So it was tough. Unless you had someone that knew what they was doing, you could come in and you probably wouldn't even have to change the suspension as much. They would be able to just change all the settings and it would work. So it was a bit of pressure because I felt like I didn't need the electronics to go faster, but you do. But it was a constant battle in my head that like, why is it stopping me sliding this a bit more? Why is it not wheeling as much here? Why is it not doing this? It was really hard to get my head around for the first couple rounds. But I got to Donington, obviously it's a GP track, isn't it? So it's quite wide, not tight like most of the UK tracks. And I managed to just get my head around it a bit more because I got to use more space. So it actually used the electronics properly. And we had someone there that helped me set the bike up. So after that, it just felt mint.
I love it. And then also too, on top of that, like all these switches on my handlebars now. And when I'm banked over, I gotta, you know, when I stand it up or going down the straight and I want to change something, I gotta program my mind to going, okay, which button is it? Is it the yellow button? Is it the green button? Is it the blue button? What button do I hit to change this? You know, and is that something you played with too out there on the track?
Well, I mean, as a super stock spec, you can either use the standard road buttons or you could use the obviously the Jet Prime buttons. I think they are just red, blue, yellow, white, green, whatever. But I just had the standard road ones on. See, I've got like indicators and you got the flash on there and that, and I'm like, well, what does this do? What does that do? I'll tell you one thing. The only thing I remember from it is that you hold the flashlight and you press down, and that sets up the launch control, and that's about all I remember from using it.
Listen, I want to talk about the launch control because, dude, if we had those on motorcycles back when I was a teenager and in my early 20s when I was a heathen on the street, bro, I would be in jail because every stoplight, stop sign, dog that I seen, I'd stop and be like, what? Bam. How was that, man? What's it like?
Well, I mean, once again, another thing you had to set up properly. I mean, it's always there, but it needed to be set up properly. So, like the first round, I was like, "Oh, fucking hell! Got launch control. We'll turn that on. Hold on, them up. Oh, fucking hell! It's not working." But no, you just had to set it up. But once it was set up, oh my god! I tell you what, some great launches I had. I've had some awesome starts this year compared to normal. I've always been bad at starts, you see. I've always been like holding the clutch in, and it's like, oh, I can't just dump the clutch. It's like feathering it out, and I just like bogging down a bit. But yeah, that launch control was just crazy. It was just like, fucking hell, I'm getting about 5 positions off the start every time I'm going.
I could only imagine, my friend. Yeah, I'm sure it's a great feeling too, for sure. Knowing you're lining up, going, dude, I got this 110%. So, 2025, man, sum up your season. Like, rate it 0 to 10, man. How do you think your season went? I'm gonna tell you right now. I think with everything that's happened, again, I already said it, new bike, learning all this stuff, wrapping your head, getting comfortable on an uncomfortable machine at first because you got to set it up for you and learn it and all this. 8 out of 10, 100%. What do you give yourself?
Yeah, I'd say about 8 out of 10. Towards the end of the season, if it was the start of the season, I'd probably give myself more of a 6, just because I just struggled a bit towards the start of the season. But as you said, I was just getting my head around it. But by the end, yeah, I was definitely more in control of the bike and just felt good on it. So it's got to be an 8.
Absolutely, man. Proud of you, man. We got Sarah Lee up in here. She says, "Hi, Jake." Hello, Sarah. How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. It's awesome.
All right, Sarah.
Yeah. How you know Sarah?
So Sarah, so the little pit bikes that I train on and stuff, at my local track, Stretton in Leicester. Sarah, I think Sarah works there, if I'm not wrong, or she comes and watches when all me and my mates are there on the bikes and stuff. So yeah, so Sarah comes and watches us when we're out training, basically.
I love it. I love it. The moral support ain't nothing like it, man. It takes a village. You hear me say that too, right? It takes a village to raise a support racer. So 110%. So, dude, last year went by so fast. I don't know if it went fast for you, but it's like I blinked my eyes and it was at the beginning of the year. Then we're at mid-year. And then all of a sudden it's like, fuck, dude, we're almost at the end of February. I'm getting ready to go to Daytona. It's crazy. But now we're in 2026, right? And so what does your 2026 plans look like for you, Jake?
So I put a little post out either yesterday or a couple of days ago, just saying that I'll be racing this year in the Bemsee MRO 600 Championship. Decided to take a step down from the 1,000. It was just a lot of money, and I ran out of budget last year, so yeah, I couldn't afford to finish the season, sadly. So yeah, we stepped down onto Triumph 765 again, which is good because it's commonly known from me. I've got knowledge of riding it. I know how to ride it. I rode it in BSB, so it's good to be back on one. Yeah, I'm excited, and the team announcement that I'm riding for should be out in a couple weeks' time, hopefully before the first round. Yeah, I'm just excited to be back on a 765 for the 2026 season.
He said, "I'm glad to be back on a familiar girl I can tango with." Right? Yeah, I love it, man. It's listen, I'm super excited. And for those that don't know, the Bemsee is an absolute proper mega season. I know Always Murdered, right? You guys always laugh at me when I pronounce some of y'all stuff. It's cool. It's cool. We're good. How many rounds is it to the season?
I don't know actually. See, on the list it's got 9 rounds, I think, but I'm not sure if we're only doing 8 of them.
8 of them.
Ooh.
Can you hear me?
Oh, I think my internet's dodgy. Bit dodgy.
Can you hear me, Jake?
Yeah, I can hear you, mate.
All right, cool. We got dude, look, we got Alan Grayson up. Dude, what is up, Alan, man? It's been a minute, mate. He says, "Evening, you two, out for a medal catch up tomorrow. See you at Brands." Talking to you, Jake. He says, "When you coming to the TT, Chris? Listen, that TT shirt you got me is hanging up right here, mate. I wear it all the freaking time. Thank you so much. I absolutely love it. I plan on 2027 for the TT. I got to next year is when I plan on coming. So I want to do that, and I just got to come up with money, man. I need to find a way to come up with like $20,000 because I want to do the 2 weeks at the TT, and I want to do Cadwell Park again and in the race after, whether it's Brands Hatch or or the race before. I want to come out there for a good month this time when I come and hang out and see everyone. So that's the goal, Alan. So yeah, let's go, mate. And yeah, we'll definitely talk about the TT. We're going to talk about, all the 2026 season coming up for all the series too as well here shortly. Bro, dude, I'm super pumped for you to be back on a Triumph. Do you feel like jumping off of the bike you had last season, jumping back on the Triumph, you think you're just going to jump on it and just pick it right back up where you left off and just get back into the flow of things? Or do you think it's going to take you a couple sessions to get out there and get comfortable again?
It'll take me a few sessions, I think. I've already been out on it a couple of days ago, last weekend at Mallory Park, but it was torrential rain. It was torrential rain, and it was so slippy. It was just horrible. Honestly, it was just horrible. I couldn't get my knee down in that, but obviously it's first time on the bike, and I don't want to crash it. I don't want to do any damage yet. I just want to ride, get used to it, and build myself back up again. But I think once I've got another track day in a couple of weeks' time, and I think once I've done that, I should be back on pace as long as it's dry.
Is this 675 a lot different than your past 675, or is it basically almost identical?
The only thing that's different is that we don't have the BSB electronics on, which I think only kicked out. It just made the bike kick out a bit more horsepower and stuff. It's basically just got standard road electronics and stuff on, so it's not really much difference, not at all.
So in Bemsee, I know, go on and laugh again, right? What are the rules as far as the allowment of what you're allowed to do to your machine?
So the only thing you can do at Bemsee is
there it is. Bemsee.
No, the only thing you can't do is go over the 130 horsepower limit.
Oh, that's it? You can do pretty much anything else to it?
Yeah, you can pretty much do everything else, suspension, brakes. You can put electronics and that on it, but if it's exceeding the 130 horsepower limit, then there's not really any point putting them on at the end of the day, because if you're over that, that's it. You're disqualified.
Can you guys have aftermarket rims on it?
I believe, yeah. There's not a weight limit either for the class or anything like that. Oh, there might be a weight limit. Actually, I think that might be right. So you might be able to use the lighter wheels, but once again, it's club racing at the end of the day, and it's an extra cost. They're like fucking 1,200 quid a rim or something. I don't know, whatever they are, but I'm sure you can use them.
Yeah, rims are definitely not cheap, that's for sure. But it's one of the best mods you can do to a motorcycle. I tell everybody that. Buy a set of rims, dude. Get you a set of aftermarket rims. Instead of spending $4,000 on that exhaust, spend it on a set of rims. Your bike will perform better, 110%. 110%. But yeah, man, so 2026, man, I know. Do you have any goals set for yourself this year coming into this season?
My main goal is I want to. So last year I finished 5th in the championship in the MRO power bikes. So if I can finish top 5 within the MRO 600 class, I'll be quite happy, because it's a very tough class. The 600 class is more tough than the thousands.
What, Bubba?
How long will you be on the podcast?
Give me like 40 minutes.
Because I was saying, like, you could take me, and then when you get back, you resume.
No, I'm not taking you coming back and resuming. He's my mate right here is in the UK. He's across the pond, so he's in a different time zone.
What time is it?
It's going on 7 o'clock there.
Like nighttime?
Yes, nighttime.
Nighttime.
Nighttime. So when I get done, I'm gonna take you.
What are you
Don't
doing,
rush me.
bruv? Don't touch me, bruv.
I'll box you up and ship your ass out there.
Don't touch me, bruv.
Oh, I love my boy. He's absolutely amazing. He definitely keeps me on my toes. But I'm that yes dad, right? So no matter what, I'm like, yeah, sure, we can do it. Let's go. So yeah, absolutely. We have we have a good mate of mine I haven't talked to in a while that just popped in, and I talk about you all the time, mate. The clothingkings.co.uk. My man Martin Adams. Evening, guys. Dude, what is up, man? I mean, you need to catch back up, Martin. So shoot me a text message. We'll do a phone call. I need to get you back on, sit you back down, and I need some we'll talk later. Anyway, it's good to see you, Martin. He says, your boy's a legend. Yes, Jake is a legend for sure. And you are too, Martin. Martin's got the best clothes out there. I tell everybody, I get asked, I was just sitting down with Jake before the podcast. I get asked about my soft shell jacket, my beanie hats all the time here in America. And I say, go to clothingkings.co.uk and order you guys some. So it's absolutely amazing to hear from you again, Martin. But Jake, again, before my son come in here and interrupted on when I'm taking him to the bounce house, what was your goals again for 2026? You said you'd finished fifth last year in the MRO 1000 Cup, right?
Yeah, so I finished fifth last year in the MRO power bikes. So the 600 class is probably a lot more tough because there's a lot of fast people in it. So if I can finish fifth again in that, I mean, ideally I'd want to be top three. I am aiming for top three, but if I can finish top five, I'll be very happy.
Ideally, you want to be number uno, my friend. You want to be that number one, baby. Let's go, Jake. You can do this, my friend. You got this. You got it, Jake. I feel like there's definitely a delay between me and you on this podcast. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I don't know what shit happened. I think my internet's just gone and it's just delayed itself.
It's okay. We'll work through this. We're in this together. We'll figure it out. It's all good. There's a thing called editing. I can go in there but you're forcing me to work now. Now I got to do some work on the podcast because now I got to go in and edit all this out, but it's all good. I'll make it happen. Just for you, Jake, I'll make this happen. Dude, I'm super excited about your 2026 season, man. I think that you're right. When you go down to a lower class, I feel like the lower class, the 600 class is stacked a lot more, right? Martin says the delay is just Jake's brain catching up. That's hilarious. Oh my God. But stepping back down to the 600, I don't consider it a step down. I don't. When people go from 1,000 and they go to the 600 class, it's more fierce competition because there's a lot more people that could be up front versus in the bigger category, right? But iron always sharpens iron, and in this class you're racing with Jake this year. There's all kinds, like there's Kawasaki and obviously Trump, Ducati, V2s are allowed to be in there too as well.
So the only bikes that ain't allowed are the Jigsaw 750 and then any Ducati V2s. So the only Ducati V2 that's allowed is the 2025 or 2026 model. Any year before that's not allowed. And that's it. They're allowing the new KTM RC 990 in there. I'm sure there's going to be a Yamaha R9 on the grid as well. So Yeah, there's everything just except Ducatis and Suzuki's, basically.
Yeah, so it's going to
750s
be
anyway.
a stiff competition for sure, right? Yeah, obviously, here in Moto America, we got everything: V2s, Gixxer 750s, R9s. We got everything. Just bring them all over, and we'll get them right. I'm sure the KTM 990 will be in there too, which is a beautiful machine. I'm excited to.
Yeah, I really like the KTM 990. It just looked nice. I was looking into it.
Yeah, I haven't seen one in person. I know there's a couple people out here that got them, but I haven't. I'm sure when I go to Daytona, I'll see a couple. Usually when KTM comes out with something, it's they usually do it right, and it's funny because if you go back a couple years ago, I'm calling KTM out right now. A couple years ago when they had the RC 1190, when they quit making it, they swore they'd never make another 1,000cc bike again, but my whole thing with that, I was like, well, you guys make the 1290 Super Duke, which is now the 1390 Super Duke, right? All you got to do is put a front fairing on it, clip-ons on it, and there's your super bike. Fast forward, now we got the 990, and then they had their so it's good to see KTM back in the game. I'll say that. I've always been a fan of the brand. Them and Gas. I've always been a fan of theirs because they're like Ducati. They do things different, and I like different, 100% different. But the platform you're on, Jake, with that Triumph, it's a race-proven motorcycle. I'm a huge fan of the triples. I think they're some of the best-sounding motorcycles out there. They just sound so good. That's what Davey Todd and Peter Hickman's going to be on at the Daytona 200 this year, or the 675 Triumphs.
Yeah, they are great bikes.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. So when you coming out here to America, mate?
Get me to Barber Motorsports. I'll be there.
We can do it, man. We can make this happen. Let's do it, man. You got a free place to stay with me. Barber's only like 7 hours from the house. We jump in the car. I'll pick you up at the airport. We can go to Barber. 110%. I got you. We can make this happen. We will make this happen, my friend. Man, 2026 is a big year, Jake, not only for you, but in racing in general across the world, right? We got a lot of changes to Moto America. Daytona is getting ready to happen, which I already said. We got Cam Bobier. He's on a Ducati this year. He's got a teammate, Ben Smith, that come from Flow for Law. He took that sponsorship with him. You got Josh Herron from Warhorse back on the V2 with Ray Hall, Ducati, right? We got my boy Alessandro DeMario from the Twins Cup champion and the Talent Cup champion of last year with Ray Hall 600s with Kayla this year too as well. On top of many more changes, we got my boy Brennan Kelston with BRP. Bryce Prince Racing on the new R9 this year in Super Sport, which is going to be super exciting. I'm super pumped for him. Of course, we got Chloe Jones, right? She's been absolutely murdering it out there in the UK too as well. Proud of her. We got, of course, Jake the Snake March. Proud of him too. We got and then in BSB, I mean, there's been a lot of changes in BSB. We see Glenn Irvin come out and said that he is going to race in the Northwest. What was it, the Northwest or the TT? I can't remember. Again, when he retired from road racing.
Hi.
Hello.
Sorry.
It's all good. Where's that? Glenn Irvin announced that he's going to be road racing again. We got Scott Redding in BSB full time now again, right? Which is super exciting. There's a lot going on. TT's coming up again in May. We got, Peter Hickman, of course, again. I wonder how much faster they're going to go this year versus last. I wonder when they're going to break the 140 barrier, right? It's not too far away. Of course, we got the legend Michael Dunlop back out there again too as well. World Superbike, obviously, you know, we don't have Top Rack no more. He's in MotoGP. What's your thoughts on Top Rack and MotoGP, Jake? Here, I'm just over here just rambling on.
Top Rack and MotoGP. I mean, I haven't really seen much of the test times. I've seen that he was a couple seconds off the top, but I'm looking forward to seeing Top Rack out there. Actually, it's going to be great to watch. Hopefully, he gels with the bike pretty quickly and can get up to speed. Obviously, you wait for probably a wet race weekend, and you might see Top Rack up the front because for some reason the rookies just always seem to be stupid in the wet. I don't know what it is, but they're just fast in the wet. But no, I'm really looking forward to see how Top Rack does this year.
I always, you know, if you go throughout the history of it, you know, it's been struggle bus for people coming from production racing, getting on a MotoGP machine, and then doing well right off the bat, right? Because it's just a completely different animal. I think it's going to take Top Rack some time, to be honest with you. I think that I'm not saying that he won't be there or thereabouts. I just think it's going to take a couple rounds for him to maybe sniff at the top 10. I think his biggest advantage is going to be in 2027 when they go to the 850s and get on Pirellis, because now it's an even playing field for everybody. It's new bikes, new tires, except for Top Rack, right? Because he's used to obviously being on Pirellis. I think that's when he'll come to his own. I just think this year is going to be a very big, steep kind of learning year for him. It's also to me, I think it's going to test him the most mentally, because when you come from a series and years of seeing your name at the very top to being sniffing, scratching at the very end of the field, it plays on your mind. And you could tell it in his interviews too. You know, he's like, yeah, I'm not where I want to be, of course. Right. It just goes to show how different the machines are too, as well. But you know, Top Rack's one of those, rare breeds that come around and elevate the game, you know, just like Johnny Ray did back in the day, Valentino, you know, all them guys. So I just think he's going to struggle a little bit, to be honest with you. I think this year is just going to be a learning year. He might finish in the top 10 at the end of the season. He might not. So it remains to be seen. I know, freaking Bulaga mopped it up again in the World Superbike race round 1 today. That happened at Phillip Island. Absolutely just mopped it up. Batista crashed out. This is a spoiler, so if you guys haven't watched it yet, I'm sorry. Not sorry. It's yeah, I mean, again, racing around the world, it's a lot of changes coming. Super exciting seasons coming up too, so it's going to be a good year, Jake. It's going to be a good year, my friend. 110%. What series are you most excited about in the changes this year?
Honestly, I'm not. Probably MotoGP again. I just love watching MotoGP. Honestly, just seeing. It's especially seeing how the rookies do whenever they move up to MotoGP too. That's the main thing I like watching. Obviously, who did we have last year? Who was last year? I can't even remember now. I've lost it.
Diego Moreira.
Was it Fermin Aldeguer was on last year?
Yeah, he was with Grassini. He was Alex Marquez's teammate. No.
Yeah, Fermin did very well, and when I seen him, I believe he got on the podium at Le Mans, if I remember rightly. It was just great. That race was crazy as it was anyway, with the wet weather. But no, I just love seeing how the rookies do when they move up to the GP bikes, because obviously they're so hard to ride, as you can tell. But it's just nice to see how they do.
Yeah, it's you know, and then there's a lot of rumors going around on Pedro Acosta going to Ducati. And then Alex Marquez going to KTM already. Like the silly season's already starting. The season ain't even started yet, right? We got Jorge Martin going to Yamaha. We got Fabio Quartararo going to HRC. It's like, what's happened? I love it, dude. I think it's great. And then, Bagger's going to be in MotoGP. What else we got? We got, they're talking about not televising, from my understanding, the Moto 2 and Moto 3 categories anymore, right? Which is a shame. If they do away with that, that's like, we'd love to see. I'm a huge Moto 2, Moto 3 because that's where we see all the legends of the sport coming through the ranks, right? Then I heard they were going to make the Moto 3 class like Trump engines or something. I don't know. It remains to be seen. And then, it's the last year of Phillip Island for MotoGP, right? They're just talking about doing the road course at starts with the A. Andale, or whatever it is in Australia.
One last question.
What's up, Buttercup?
Can you pay for my friend JJ?
No.
Okay. Oh, Dylan.
What was I just saying? Martin to Yamaha. There we go. Yeah, it's listen, it's going to be interesting, and the talks with Bagnaia and his bad performance last year. In my defense, when it comes to Bagnaia, it's like, dude, anytime you team up with Marc Marquez, it's a total mind fuck, dude. Like, you already know you're lining up to be second, and then he goes out there and destroys you. It's hard mentally to be somebody's teammate like that, right? Like, if you look back in the day, like being Mick Doohan's teammate or Aaron Yates's teammate, right, or Matt Mladen's teammate, it would be difficult to be in a position like that. But it's exciting, KTM had a bunch of difficult. They went bankrupt. They're going to sell the company. They're going to pull out. They didn't know what they was doing, right? So they finally, I guess, figured it out, And then we got Brad Binder that's been there for since 2019 in the MotoGP project or whatever it was. And I honestly, I would love to see him somewhere else. I'd love to see Brad Binder on a different machine. And then I totally forgot about Jake Dixon going from Moto 2 to HRC and World Superbike, right? Which he missed the first round because he broke his arm, I think it was, or shoulder or something like that from a crash. Yeah, there's a lot going on. There's probably more I'm missing, I'm sure. What do you think, Jake? What do you think about who do you think is going to be the BSB champion this year? You think Scott Redding can come out on top and take it from Kyle Rod?
Well, I mean, as you know, Scott Redding is someone I've looked up to for a while. So I definitely got my money on Scott, especially seeing some of his performances last year. He did really well to jump back on a BSB bike, obviously jumping off electronics as well. So relearning all that again after however many years it's been since he's been at the top. I think he's going to be the champ.
And then we got you can't forget about my mate Storm Stacy, man, with bathrooms on a Ducati V4 too. They just announced that not too long ago. So it's super exciting to see what he can do on that. He did really well on that BMW. He was another one of those guys. I was like, dude, you just need to get off that Kawasaki, right? And try something different. And he did really well on that BMW. Now they're switching to Ducati. So that's something else that's exciting to look forward to with BSB too as well. Everybody knows BSB is my favorite sports production series out of all of them in the world. All you got to do is go to BritishSuperbike.com and freaking watch the races. Are you kidding me right now? It is nonstop from the beginning of the race to the end. You're like, you don't even know who's going to win because it's that good. All the classes, not just one. It's absolutely amazing. Gary Smith, mate, what is up? He says, evening, boys. You, my friend. He says, Storm will be up there this season. Yeah, man. Huge Storm Stacy fan. Had the honor to meet him when I was at Cadwell Park. Super cool guy, man. Yeah, I think that there's a lot of talent in BSB, 110%. Anything can happen, really. I think that Scott's got to have his hands full. Ron Vickers, he's off with World Superbike. I've seen him doing some type of testing. Kyle Rod's definitely going to have his hands full this year. So I can't wait till the season starts off, and we'll see how it plays out. It's going to be exciting. I can't wait. Moto America kicks off in 2 weeks at Daytona. So if you guys haven't got the Moto America Plus app, you can download it at your app stores, whether it's Google or App or whatever store you get it from. It's like $109 or $110 US for the full year. They have a promotion going on now. I think it's like $90 or something if you get it now. World Superbike, their first round was today. They're in Australia. We got the TT coming up in May. Don't forget to download the TT Plus app. It's also a free app, and it's like $26 US, I think, for the year, which I always buy that, right? Yeah, good stuff, Jake, man. Have you been? I know we talked about this a little bit. Neither me or you got Ride 6 yet, right? I've been still playing the shit out of Ride 5. What you been playing lately?
I do apologize, Chris, but I think my internet site's starting to go down because I'm missing like pretty much all the words that you've been saying.
It's okay. I said that I don't have Ride 6. Me and you talked about, did you get Ride 6? I haven't bought it yet. But I've been still playing Ride 5. What you been playing lately?
Well, I don't really play a lot, but when I do play, obviously I only play Ride 5 because I'm testing all the tracks. Yeah, I love Ride 5. It's just a great game. I've been playing a little bit of I went back and played some Call of Duty Black Ops 3 a couple of weeks ago. Just started playing the story mode on there again, just because I like to play some story games sometimes. I've got some games in mind as well. I'm looking to buy and play some story modes just to relax a bit.
Yeah, I love dude. If a game's got a good story, I'm all in it, dude. So what upcoming games do you plan on purchasing?
Well, I've been told about some games that I've never even heard of before. I can't even remember what it's called. I think it's called like A Long Dark or something. It's like a survival game in the winter kind of thing, and it just looks really good. I don't know. He's told me all about it, and he said it's really good, so I thought I will give that a try. Once I have the money to. So, yeah.
Dude, Martin says, I'm working hard tonight, Chris. Yes, I am with Jake. Jake's making me work on this podcast tonight for sure. I love it. It's all good, mate. I got you, bro. I got you. Dude, Jake, I'm gonna have to send you my gamer tag. I know I've been meaning to do it. I don't think I ever sent it to you. I'll send it to you, man. I mean, you need to jump on Ride 5, so you can get on there and play some Ride 5. Maybe I could beat you up on the video game. Maybe you'll beat me up. I don't know. We'll jump on there and have fun regardless, right? I hit up Harry Cook too to see if Harry will join us. I think Harry will join us, and I can get my other mate to join us too. But man, I don't know, Jack Hammersley. If we get him in, we're not going to win at all, right? If he joins in the game, where everybody's going to be battling for second and third or fourth for sure. But yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. I'll send you my gamer tag. I don't know it off the top of my head. It used to be Simcoe 4658, but before my son got his Xbox, he played on my PlayStation with his friends, and they created this whole like little gamer tag thing. So I let him change my name. So I don't even know what it is right now. I have to go in there and look, but I'll send it to you today. And let's jump on, man. Maybe tomorrow. Let's play some Rod 5 tomorrow, man.
Yeah, definitely, mate.
110%. Well, listen, Jake, bro, this has been a lot of fun, man. I'm a go ahead and jump off here in a minute so I can take my son to the bounce house because I know he's going to bust in here in a few minutes and say, Dad, are you ready to go and take me to this hang out with my friends? So, Jake, it's always an honor to have you on the podcast, mate. Just stay on with me when I end this for a second. This episode will be out today. When I'm gonna take him, and then when I come home, I'll do my thing and put it out everywhere. I'll tag you on all the socials. Martin, don't forget, hit me up, mate. We need to catch up. I'm gonna let you in the podcast like I let everybody in the podcast. But before I let you drop the mic, I just gotta say, listen, I say this all the time and I mean it. If it wasn't for Jake and everybody coming on this podcast, everybody that tunes in, everybody that likes and subscribes, all the support I get from each and every single one of you, I would not be sitting here in this chair doing this. So it's nothing but love to each and every single one of you. I absolutely mean it. I cannot wait to see everybody at Daytona in a couple weeks. I'm so pumped for this. Let's go. Big shout out to K-Tech Suspension. If you're anywhere in the United States, you have to go to SFO Mini GP in South Florida or in Jersey. They have two of them. That is where all our future legends of the sport is coming out. Big shout out to, I got two friends that make undersuits. They're the best undersuits you're going to get on the planet. One of them is Tate at 64 Degree Racing. You guys and girls can go to 64degreeracing.com and get you a full custom undersuit or just buy whatever color scheme undersuits they have. Regardless, you will not be disappointed. It'll be the best thing you ever put on. The second one is my friend Mama Aliki from venomsport.com. Same thing. She makes undersuits. You're not going to go wrong by ordering from any of them. If you're out there in California, CRMA, CVMA, CRA, CVMA, make sure you sign up for the Racer 411 program. It's and their mentorship program. It's absolutely amazing. Antley Terry is an absolute legend. He's also the Dunlop guy out there now, so congratulations to him. I got three friends in the industry that make graphics. So if you need your helmet wrapped, your bike wrapped, your dog wrapped, your wife wrapped, your anything wrapped, right? Look no further than Drippin' Wet, my man Chris Grizel, REB Graphics, my man Reese Brody, and last but not least, GRG Designs, which is my man Gus Rodeo. Big shout out to Chef Eats. Big shout out to my man Martin at the Clothing Kings. You guys can go to clothingkings.co.uk and get your Pin to Gas merch, whether it's a soft shell jacket everybody's talking to me about all the time, a hat or a beanie hat. Big shout out to Vet2 Track for all my veterans out there. If anybody's out there that's been in an unfortunate situation where you might be missing an arm or a leg and you don't think you can ever ride again, absolutely you can. What I need you to do is go to tbexusaexperience.org, sign up, and you can get back out there and ride again. Yes, you can even go out there and race again on the track. Go look them up. It's absolutely amazing program. Big shout out to Superbike Supply. Listen, last but not least, if anybody needs anything, keep it in the industry. Don't order that shit off of Temu, Amazon, Walmart.com, none of that stuff. Keep it local. Keep it in the industry. By you doing that, it helps support all your friends at the racetrack, and you keep it in the industry. You keep it thriving and growing. So do not order it anywhere else. Anybody needs a proper mega leather suit, it is 2026. Take that off the rack suit. I know you guys hear me say this a million times. Make a purse, make a backpack, give it to your loved one. You deserve a full custom suit. It is an absolute game changer. Hit me up. I'm with Kamani AGV Sports Group. I'll get you in a AAA certified proper mega suit, specifically custom just for you. Anyway, that's all I have. This episode will be out here shortly. Jake, tell everybody where to find you on social. Oh, by the way, Jake's got a Club 45. Make sure you join and sign up. Help my man out. It's very important. You already know what number I want, Jake. You already know I'm going to send you some money, so I want that 45 spot, baby. Let's go. Jake, tell everybody where they can find you on social media and join your club and all that good stuff.
Yeah, well, you can find me on Facebook. Just search my name, Jake Marsh. I'll be on Instagram, Jake Marsh _45. I'm also on TikTok with Jake M _45. And yeah, the club's called the Snake Club this year. So yeah, but I just want to say thank you to my sponsors for this year as well. Monster Mechanics, huge sponsor, a huge appreciation for you. Big thank you to the Clothing Kings, as always, sponsored me through pretty much most of my career racing. A big thank you to Moto Tags and P1 Custom Designs, also RBS Gear, and Alan at the race shop as well too, for helping me out this year. Yeah, and that's about it.
and that's all we got. And listen, if anybody, I hope everybody's going to make Daytona this year. If you haven't got your tickets already, you can go to Daytona International Speedway and get your tickets there. You can show up to the gate and get your tickets too there as well. Also, don't forget the flat track races happening at the short track. Slamming Sammy Halbert, the absolute legend's going to be there. I will be there too as well. Man, listen, Daytona is going to be absolutely amazing. Jake, you need to come out here so we can go to Daytona one year together and you can experience for yourself. Trust me, it is a bucket list thing you need to put on your bucket list to do. For me, obviously, was Cadwell Park. I checked that off. I'm definitely coming back to see that again. But TT for me, and I really want to go see the Mannix GP in the Northwest 200 too as well. Maybe go out there to Ireland and see some road racing out there, the Tangerine and all that good stuff. So, yeah. Anyway, if I don't quit talking, I need to stop talking. Otherwise, my son's going to bust in here. But that's all I got. I will see you guys tomorrow. I have the absolute legend, Chris Clark, back on here for his part two, his beginning of the season. He is with the Blue Crew Cup again this year with Yamaha, which is absolutely amazing. So you guys tune in tomorrow at 2 p.m. tomorrow.
After the trampoline park, can I go to Caden's house and go to the cookout with them?
I mean, I don't care what mommy say.
I'm going to go west.
Anyway, I'm going to get off here. I told you he was going to bust here in a minute, didn't I, Jake? Anyway, I'm out of here. Jake, it's an absolute honor to see you again, mate. And, yeah, that's all I got. Jake, is there anything you want to say before I end this podcast?
Just a big thank you to everyone that's watching the Pin the Gas podcast and supporting Chris and also supporting me if you're here today. Yeah, just a big thank you to all.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you to everybody, Sarah and Baron and Alan and Martin and everybody, Gary that tuned in on the live chat. I appreciate you. And I hope the rest of your guys' weekend is as proper mega as you. And we'll see you soon, my friends.
Calling all two-wheel enthusiasts, get ready to rev up your earbuds with Pin the Gas Podcast, the ultimate motorcycle racing podcast, hosted by Chris Simcoe, one of our very own excellent leaders here in Roanoke, Virginia. With expert analysis, behind-the-scenes stories, and exclusive writer interviews, Pin the Gas Podcast delivers the adrenaline rush of the racetrack straight to your ears. Whether you're a diehard fan or a curious newcomer, you'll gain insights that will transform how you watch and understand motorcycle racing. On your favorite podcast app, join Simcoe as he takes you on a high-speed journey through the world of motorcycle racing. Pin the Gas Podcast.
All right.